Light that shit up. Smoke that blunt. Light that shit up. Take a dab. Light that shit up. Pass that runt. Light that shit up. Sink in the castle. Light that shit up. Ash on the rug. Light that shit up. Still feel snug. Light that shit up. Phone on mute. Light that shit up. Whole squad zooted. Hey, hey. Light that shit up. Lights half shut. Light that shit up. Don't say much. Light that shit up. Torch go whoosh. Light that shit up. Big lungs push. Hey, light that shit up. Sauce in the glass. Light that shit up. Hold on gas. Light that shit up. Coke and lad. Light that shit up. Forgot the math. Light that shit up. Snack Mowgli. Light that shit up. 6-2 dips. Light that shit up. Back on the chair. Light that shit up. Float in the air. Light that shit up. Talk too deep. Light that shit up. Secrets we keep. Light that shit up. Same playlist. Light that shit up. Whole night lit. Light that shit up. Cloud so thick. Light that shit up. Time don't tick. Light that shit up. Neighbor mad. Light that shit up. You skin red. Light that shit up. One more roll. Light that shit up. Bless my slow. Light that shit up. Living red. Light that shit up. Living's dead. Light that shit up. Story mode. Light that shit up. Lost the plot though. Light that shit up. Light a click. Light that shit up. Magic trick. Light that shit up. Burn that tip. Light that shit up. Lose my grip. Light that shit up. Car seat hot. Light that shit up. Spin that block. Light that shit up. Windows crack. Light that shit up. Hole ain't packed. Light that shit up. Ride so slow. Light that shit up. Breathe and blow. Light that shit up. Pocket stash. Light that shit up. Just in case. Light that shit up. Late night run. Light that shit up. Till we done. Light that shit up. Playlist loop. Light that shit up. Same old blow. Light that shit up. Laugh too hard. Light that shit up. Forgot my card. Light that shit up. Uber way. Light that shit up. We still blaze. Light that shit up. Oh unlock. Light that shit up. Black this mock. Light that shit up. Flow cool chair. Light that shit up. Smoke in the air. Light that shit up. Eyes all red. Light that shit up. Spin my hair. Light that shit up. Take that dab. Light that shit up. Light that herb. Light that shit up. Take that dab. Light that shit up. Can't go back. Light that shit up. Tongue tied up. Light that shit up. Still feel tough. Light that shit up. Think too loud. Light that shit up. Lost in the cloud. Light that shit up. Face feel warm. Light that shit up. Slow that slow. Light that shit up. Calm my nerves. Light that shit up. Got that herb. Light that shit up. Old crew here. Light that shit up. Raise that cheer. Light that shit up. 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 One last hit. Light that shit up. Then we dip. Light that shit up. Smoke that blunt. Light that shit up. Break out that. Light that shit up. One last hit. Light that shit up. Then we dip. Light that shit up. Smoke that blunt. Light that shit up. Take that dab. Light that shit up.